The desert-adapted elephants of Namibia naturally have to walk vast distances in search for water. But in some areas, the government, lodges, and NGOs have established water points in order to minimize elephant-human conflict. At the BrandbergWhite Lady Lodge, there are two water points: a ground level dam with a water trough next to it, and a built stone dam. Both are regularly filled with fresh water for the elephants. But in spite of that, the elephants in the Ugab area prefer to drink water from taps at the campsite. They became masters in opening the taps, and as mentioned in a previous video, Tertius, the maintenance manager at the BrandbergWhite Lady Lodge, had to modify the plumbing to minimize damage and to accommodate the elephants. Many times, it is an elephant race to get to the taps first. And sometimes even pushing away a lower ranking individual. Then the trunk tussle begins. I have noticed that close relatives stick together, like Doris and the rest of the Ugab small herd here. Deliwe and her daughter Hannah will share a tap. And so will Grandma Duchess, her daughter Carissa, and Juvenile Fury, or Matilda and her daughter Joy, or Rue and her adopted son Madiba. This behavior raises the question, why do they prefer to drink running water from the taps instead of the stagnated water in the dams? Could the difference in the bacterial count in the different sources of water really be the reason? Or do elephants already know the answer to the debate that humans still argue about? Structured water versus non-structured water. Structured water is a term used to describe water that has been altered in some way to have a different molecular structure. It is a concept not widely accepted in the scientific community, but proponents of it suggest the following. Structured water has a formula of H3O2, which means it has 3 hydrogen molecules combined with 2 oxygen molecules and different from the normal H2O. It is also known as hexagonal water because the molecules form a hexagonal cluster. The molecules of this water are believed to have a higher vibrational charge, and therefore it has various health benefits and properties that makes it superior to regular water. It is thicker and denser and more viscous than normal water. I am not a scientist, but what makes sense to me is this. When water is allowed to flow in a natural swirling motion, it aerates the water because it increases the transfer of gas between it and the atmospheric air, resulting in an infusion of oxygen. And this water simply tastes better, like aerated wine tastes better. As stated before, I am an observer and I learn through my observations. When elephants prefer a type of water above another, there is a good reason for it. And I listen. I recently was privileged to have a conversation with Hendrik Munembome, an expert on the desert adapted elephants of Namibia. He was involved with elephants for most of his life and knows them very well. He is convinced, like me, that we as humans can learn a lot from these intelligent, awe-inspiring beings. Hendrik is busy writing a book on how we can learn from elephants. I will give more info in future videos. So all I can say is this: cheers to the aerated Ugab winey water that the elephants love so much.